I really appreciate you joining me today. I hope everyone's having a good weekend. This story comes from Lancashire, and thank you to the viewer that suggested that I cover it. A father and son have just been jailed for selling firearms and a stash of guns that they had in their garden. At 4 p.m. on July the 14th, 2021, armed police stopped a Ford Focus car in the Cheetham Hill area of Manchester. They found a bolt-action HOWA rifle with telescopic sight, silencer and 39 rounds of ammunition. The car was driven by John Lewis. Also on board was Ryan Poole, Lois Carter and a 3-year-old boy, who they took along so it looked like it was a family day out and they weren't transporting a weapon. An element of the case that is very interesting is the intricate levels of surveillance. The police had cameras even in their back garden watching them digging up the firearms in wasteland that was at the back of Merrick Avenue in Preston. After the deal had gone through, the police raided their home and searched everywhere. They dug up the ground and found more firearms, more handguns and more ammunition. Everybody pled guilty at Preston Crown Court except German, who was convicted after trial. And the police also used CCTV from their own property to convict them. Detective Chief Inspector Pauline Stables said, "The tragic effects of criminal use of firearms is evident and we see it all across the country every single day." Andrew Snowden, the Commissioner of the Police, said this is what the public wants, to see groups that are being torn apart and the seizure of firearms and drugs. The sentencing sends a message and we hope that it's a great warning to other gang members to not get involved in these sorts of situations. Richard Watkins from Preston was found guilty of possession of a firearm with intent to endanger life and also the supplying of a firearm alongside ammunition. Mark Watson from Preston was also convicted of possession of a firearm and was jailed for 5 years and 2 months. Christopher German from Manchester was guilty of conspiracy to possess a firearm, was jailed for 16 years. John Lewis was jailed for 5 years. Ryan Poole was jailed for 6 years. And Lois Carter was given a suspended sentence for the offence. So this story definitely shows you the dangers that are involved in firearms and also some of the serious firearms that are on the streets of the UK where these licences don't exist. So I really appreciate you joining me today. I'll be back again very shortly with some more news. Send your stories to news@scarcitystudios.com and follow on social media at Scarcity Studios. This is the Scarcity Studios YouTube channel. Please don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe.
The weapon is concealed in the boot, ready to transport to the meet point. But a surprise was waiting for them. Armed officers lay in wait ready to pounce.